that he was being driven in by his driver. According to the PS4 interior, he says he was sitting on the passenger seat, the one that you can actually observe, and the assailants just came straight to him through the and walked and shot at him through that window, the one we're seeing right now, and left him dead. I'm told, according to some of the officers we have spoken to right here, about 6 shots or 6 rounds were shot. Some of them were actually aimed at him, and the 2 people who are on board this car, the driver and of course the bodyguard, were not hurt. And these are some of his documents. You can see there's a paper there where it is a parliamentary paper. He was in Parliament up to around 7 p.m., where he was actually seated alongside one of the members of Parliament, Ivo Barra, a member of Parliament who is just from the neighboring constituency where the member of Parliament was coming from. And of course, he was attacked. It was something that happened in a very abrupt, rather quick, in a quick succession, because he wasn't in traffic. According to some of the eyewitnesses we have spoken to, he was taking a turn at the roundabout, at the city mortuary roundabout, heading back to Valley Road, where he was actually accosted by the assailants who fired some rounds. The officers say that the precision that the shots were taken with mean that this was a very well-trained assassin, because the 2 officers who were in the car were not hurt in any way. It's actually them who were helping to drive the vehicle to this side. The driver is still actually here. He's still on the scene and has been on guard. And I think we're sure that he's going to be one of the key witnesses. He's the one you can see on the pictures right now. He's one who was a part of the team, which was, he's now getting into the vehicle. That is the driver. And, of course, the police are still trying to piece together the details of that murder incident. And the homicide team, the crime investigation team, is still trying to understand and get the pictures of the situation that transpired. You see, some of his shoes are still there. They are trying to just reenact the situation as it was when that situation happened. The crime scene tapes are just being removed now because this area has been cordoned off for a few minutes now, for a few hours, about 4 hours or so. And the officers here from the DCI side, the officers from the criminal investigation team are just coming in. So these were the driver and the bodyguard who are in that vehicle. You could see some blood stains on his shirt. One of the officers were in that vehicle. You could see that he was part of the ordeal that happened. The MP was just a few, just a minute or so before, in front of them, when that shooting incident happened. And of course, some members of parliament are saying it could be politically instigated. It could be something that could have some impact or direction to something that he had reported to the police about 3 months ago in Kasipul constituency. And of course, you could see that the officers are just showing how it could have happened, because the report, the preliminary report of the investigation is still being pieced together. We have seen the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja, alongside his DCI officer, of course, Mohammed Amin, who are there, and they said they will be giving more details after that incident. Remember, this is Nairobi Hospital. It's just a few meters from where the body of Kasipul MP Ong'ondo where is lying. And this vehicle was driven straight here after that incident. And of course, that is Winnie Odinga, the daughter of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And she's asking questions why these officers are coming into the vehicle, which is still part of the investigation team, something that is still being investigated. But we had seen already some of the officers take some samples of what may have happened. And Winnie Odinga is saying that the officers here may be tampering with the evidence of the situation that transpired. I remember there were about a few shots that were fired from this passenger side, but the driver and the bodyguard were not hurt. They were not injured in any way, and they're still here to give some of the updates. So, Jeff, it is going to be a long night. The members of parliament who are with him say he was in parliament until around 7 p.m. They're about a few minutes, almost 30 minutes before he was shot. And the vehicle is now being moved to the police station actually, we're told it is being taken to Nairobi area police station before these investigation could now kick off officially to try and unravel the reason and the incident that transpired. Remember, the Interior PS, Raymond Omolo, says they're still in pursuit of the assailant who boarded the motorbike that dropped him at the scene of crime. We were there. We were at the scene where a few pieces of the glass from the window were shattered, where immediately after he was shot. And there's still varied different accounts of what actually transpired. Some saying that he was on phone, some saying he was actually trying to get out of the traffic that had been witnessed at around the city mortuary roundabout. But the police will definitely, at the end of it, give us a final story. And of course, this vehicle is now being moved. But we have the family members who are still here. They're still in shock. They are praying. Some of them are praying to just find a way out of this. But the vehicle that was, we could just, there's a lot happening here at the Nairobi hospital. The vehicle, the Royal Saloon crown is being driven out. But we want to see whether we could actually get a comment from some of these members who are still here. But the members of parliament have already dispersed. They were led by Junet Mohammed, the minority leader in the National Assembly, who said that they will be giving further and more details tomorrow on the way forward, the burial preparations and everything else. So, Jeff, it is a sad night. This is another member of parliament who has fallen after several others this year. The senator for Baringo, William Cheptumo. We saw the member of parliament from Kakamega County also passing on. But this one is different. It is a cold-blood murder, according to the police, of a sitting member of parliament. So we'll be getting back to you with more details and to our listeners, our viewers, about what the way forward will be.